guys, welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musician. In today's video, we are going to react and listen to Led Zeppelin Ramble On, which was the winner song in our first poll. We are gonna post a new poll sometime soon, so watch out for that. We're gonna announce it again, and once we post it in our videos, I'm gonna link it. But this is our first one. It's also a request from one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. It's from Lorenzo. So thank you, Lorenzo, for your song request and for your support. Also, shout out to Willie for requesting Led Zeppelin. So here we go. There were a lot of comments under that poll saying that we should do all four of them because all four of them are really good songs. And I agree. We might repeat some of them in the next polls. But for now, this is the true winner, so we're definitely gonna do that. And one more thing before getting into, if you haven't checked out our other Led Zeppelin songs, there is a playlist on our channel. We can link it here for you guys. You can go and check it out after this video. So now, here we go.
Falling all around. Time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moon lights my way. But now I smell the rain, and with it came, and it's heading my way.
Oh my god, okay, let's just wait here. This is so interesting so far. For me, it has 3 independent layers. First, obviously, being that acoustic guitar that has more like a established rhythm and melody and pattern, I would say. And then on top of that, the bass lines that were like cherry on the top so far for me. It was so floating, but at the same time, it was not low in the mix. I love the fact that it was actually equal, and his voice being on top of everything and kind of floating. The rhythm of his vocals, it was not like very strict with the rhythm of the guitars. It was floating, and the melody of it also was unpredictable to me. So it felt like really I am going against the stream of water that is happening, which are the guitars in this song. So that was an interesting interesting thing to listen to so far.
Yeah, exactly. You said what I wanted to say. Even the start of the singing part was completely it just flowed into the music. It wasn't like a moment that you were like, okay, now it comes, here it comes the singer. It was all like different layers just floating and flowing just off each other. I couldn't see this way, like the chord way or vertical way. It was all like that.
Yeah.
The layers were
so interesting. And the way of his delivery, obviously we listened to some of the songs that were kind of under softer song from Led Zeppelin, that he had more like an intimate delivery in his vocal, and I think this is also one of them. I really love that more softer, not under rock and roll, not yet at least. We'll see if that happens, but it's just everything is just so calm and intimate for now. So here we go a little bit.
Sometimes I grow so tired, but I know about one thing I got to do. I ramble on. Now the time is now. Sing my song. I'm going round the world. I gotta find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years till the day. Ramble on. Find the queen of be gone. And though our health we drank 1,000 times, it's time to ramble on. Years ago, in days of old, when magic filled the air, just in the darkest depths of Mordor, I met a girl so fair. But Gollum, the evil one, crept up and slipped away with her, yeah.
Let's just wait here. I think this is maybe pre-outro of the song.
It's funny because especially the short instrumental part that it came in the middle, it's so crazy that the layers are completely has nothing to do with each other, and it's just I don't know how they what the idea was behind it and how they decided to maybe they were like, I just play this, you just play something, and then it will match. It actually, it was funny because it reminded me of our practice rooms in our old university back home, because the acoustic was not that good. It wasn't like the you could hear everything that the person in the practice room was playing, and it was like 4 practice rooms exactly next to each other, so you could also hear the thing that the other person is playing. And we had like classical music instruments, Iranian, like traditional Iranian music instrument that it was, and every practice room was like it's had its own whole world.
Yeah.
And then I felt like the as the person that I'm outside of this practice room, and I'm just walking past, and each I hear each of the layers, and they all are doing something completely different with a completely different vibe. And then but then I can hear all of them at the same time. It's not just like that they don't take the same motifs and then they do something, they don't do something together. It's also that each of these layers has completely their own different vibes. And then it's like they come from a different song, each of them, and then they are playing like somehow together. And also you said you hear 3 layers, but at least at the end I got it caught my attention that it's the whole time this percussion thing, that it's like doing the subdivisions like this. This I think it would also you can add it to the layers, and it's not that in your face because it's just the same rhythm figure, but it also adds a lot, and it's give the whole uh, song a little structure, because everything is so flowy and like really line and melodic. But this gives a little like a little rhythm so that it goes on.
Yeah, exactly. I think Lorenzo told us in his message that this song, and we also like looked it up a little bit, is based on like the inspiration comes from Lord of the Rings, the lyrics, and none of us have seen that movie or read the books.
Sadly.
Yeah, sadly,
I mean,
that's I know that's kind of like
I
not
kind
good
of
to confess. Yeah, I'm like,
didn't
oh,
want to
sorry.
point that out because Lord of the Rings and Star Wars are really like big deals, and I every time that somebody asks me,
I'm like,
have I watched it,
no.
I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I get really shy, and I see the disappointment of
yeah.
the person.
That's been on my
That
bucket list
how?
forever. Yeah, forever
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch
I was
them
always like, yeah,
or
I will
read
watch
them.
it.
This summer is the summer that we're gonna watch. Like we're gonna make a pact that we're gonna watch them,
Yeah.
and so everybody, because there's so many like cultural references to them in day-to-day life, I feel like, so it's just like such a shame that we don't know them. Anyway, so we looked it up a little bit. We don't know that much yet, but I was just like maybe picturing that. I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong, but maybe also the layers of the instrument represent those characters, because in the song there's like different characters of Lord of the Rings that talk about like one of the devil guys, like that is the bad guy, or the hobbit who is the singer here, that he wants to like move on or ramble on and get out of his comfort zone, apparently. And then so there is different things, so I'm just made me think maybe the instrumentation has something to do with that, or like somehow is inspired by that too. Yeah, not just the lyrics, but we don't know. You guys can let us know. Okay, there is just 1 minute left.
Ain't nothing I can do now. I guess I'll keep on rambling. I'm gonna sing my song. I gotta find my baby. I'm gonna ramble on, sing my song, gonna work my way around the world, baby. Ramble on, yeah. Do 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 my baby. Ramble on, baby. Do 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 do. I can't stop this feeling in my heart. Every time that I live, I think I got the power. I gotta keep searching for my baby, 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 baby. I gotta keep searching for my baby.
But it's interesting. The song
I
started fading so early for
early.
me.
I
Yeah.
was exactly like, it's so much happening, so much new things even are happening, but it's already fading. But it's so interesting
Yeah.
to hear. It's like a complete new section has started that you didn't hear it before, but I cannot hear it anymore
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
like
fading.
30 seconds to the
Yeah,
ending.
but
It
it
started
was
like,
funny.
yeah, but
I love that they have no limit on
yeah,
music making. They're like, yeah, why not? We will just do it. Who is going to stop us?
yeah, exactly. So that was definitely like interesting. It caught me a little off guard on that. One thing that I realized is that toward the end, I mean, I think the whole song was not too dramatic, like based on like the beginning of it. We heard more dramatic like explosion, either in Led Zeppelin songs that they start super intimate and they have big explosion, or like crazy builds up in other bands or with other singers and songs. This one, I don't think it was like one of them, at least for me. It kind of stayed more steady, but it transitioned so subtly that at the end I was like, oh, the beginning of it was so much more intimate, the way that he was singing, but also the instrumentation and the texture of the song compared to that. So at one point I'm like, oh, I didn't hear like a big moment that is just a turning point for big explosion or like a climax. But at the same time, if you compare like the first 10 seconds of it to maybe the last minute of it, you see that there is like so subtly like going out of your comfort zone again. So I think that, right, the build of the song itself, the structure captures the title of the song, that you're just rambling on, but it doesn't happen like I don't know, you have to look through the steps like little by little to do that, to just move on and then continue. And it's never to be meant to be rooted in one place. So maybe I guess that's why like we didn't feel that crazy change in it. There was not a second I was like, oh my god, from this second everything changed. So that was also very interesting because at the end his voice delivery was so much different, but also the way that the instruments were arranged together were also different. So that was definitely something that made me think about.
Well, I asked you now to put it from the beginning one more time, because as you said, I was like, yeah, I just realized that it had completely different everything at the end, but I didn't at all realize that something dramatic happened. So it was so smooth. And then as I was listening the beginning, I was like, how did I not realize this taka taka taka, like this percussion, because it was the most loud in the beginning, in the exact like first 20 seconds of it was the most loud, and then it even faded a little in the middle to this all these other instruments, and also and I was like, how did I realize it towards the end that there is this layer also into it, and it was also interesting to realize it, because it was so much more obvious in the beginning, but I kind of didn't
that was
pay
now that
attention.
to listen to just like a few seconds in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, you could like totally see. I don't know, I feel like to me that is the true meaning of rambling on, because you're just making your way through. Because I was trying to look and like find the exact meaning before this song, and just because we heard ramble on a lot, but we wanted to know what exactly means in this context. And I think that whole structure of the song just like in the best way captures that whole meaning of that phrase. So to me, yeah, that's the true meaning of rambling on, that you just like find your way through and just move on, but also you're not rooted, you're not grounded in one place. So that was definitely like an interesting structure, just like aside from the lyrics. I don't want to go that deep in the lyrics because I feel like we're not qualified because we're missing a big
Yeah,
part
we
of the
didn't watch.
references. I was like, I was looking at the characters in the lyrics, and I was like, okay, I don't know. And then I looked, I was like, okay, this is the bad character, but that doesn't mean anything. We don't know the story. So maybe we should have saved this song for when we actually watch them. But anyway, it is what like this happened. But maybe we can recreate this video once we know it. I don't know. But you guys can let us know a little bit without spoiling the movie, because we are gonna go watch them. But yeah, but I think the highlight of this song for me, aside from like the lyrics or not getting the references or anything, is the bass line. Because I think in a lot of the songs that we listen to, even though the bass line is very interesting to find out and figure out and follow along, it's the bass line is most of the time at the service of drums, either rhythm wise, that it's replicating or duplicating the rhythm, or like it's helping with the harmony of the singer or other instruments. But in this song, it was very interesting that it had its complete like its own independent line. I know you said they were doing their own thing, but I think at the same time it all obviously made sense as a song. But I love the fact that he was not necessarily following the rhythm of the drums, but also not matching with the singer, because the singer was also very, as I said, not strict to the rhythm, it was very floaty, especially in the middle section. It really felt like he is just in a place that he is just doesn't know what his next step is, the way that he was like floating on top of all these instruments. And like some phrases were shorter, some phrases were longer, so you could never predict where he's going with his next phrase. And the bass line were kind of had the same vibe for me, with a little bit of more structure. So that was definitely an interesting example of the bass doing its own thing, and I love that. So yeah, that was our first video based on your polls, but also we have to confess that we stole this song from Lorenzo's request and put it on the poll, and it just magically happened that it won. The other 3 songs were just our ideas. So thank you again, Lorenzo and Willie, for suggesting this song and Led Zeppelin. For our next poll, we try to be more original and not steal your requests. And buy me a coffee, and then I think that's gonna be more truly like your opinions. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, probably more because you probably know the references better. We would love to hear your comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel as well if you haven't already. If you want to support us more, there's the buy me a coffee link in the description, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.